Hello and happy Monday, everyone. Happy Monday. I'm looking around here, making sure everything's okay, and it looks okay to me. So here we go. Happy Monday. Thank you so very much for tuning in to 98.3 FM, The Life. You're listening to Bacon Bits with Master Happiness. And of course, I'm your host, Marty Jalove. I come at you every single Monday night at 7 o'clock to talk about your job, your career, your vision made clear, the skills that you hone for the business that you own, the ups and downs, the smiles and frowns, where you're at and where you're bound. And if you miss any of today's episode, just give me a day or so to get the recording up there, and you can listen to the recording anywhere you listen to podcasts. Spotify, Apple Music, you name it, we're probably there. You can also follow me on my YouTube channel. You'll get the recording there as well. Just look for Bacon Bits with Master Happiness. I'm always on a quest to bring you the industry best, interesting guests that just give us a special twist, a twirl, let's say. I want to tie us together, what we can learn from guests to real life and how we can improve where we work and what we do. And this is a very interesting guest, someone brand new. Her name is Jill, not to be confused with Jill, who was on the earlier show today. But this is Jill, someone I just met Thursday, right? I just met you on Thursday. All right. Yeah. And she's nodded her head, which is always good for radio. Okay. So anyway, I want Jill to introduce herself. Jill is into something that it's one of these things that we take for granted. And after talking with her a little bit, I was like, wow, we can build an entire show around this. The importance of this one thing and and what this thing symbolizes. And what we're talking about here is ribbons. So Jill, I want you to introduce yourself to the world. Tell them who you are and how they can get a hold of you.
Great. Thank you, Marty. I appreciate it. So my name is Jill Murray, and I'm the owner of Over the Moon Ribbons. So if people don't understand that name, it's the cow jumped over the moon. My parents had owned the business close to 30 years ago, and I just started to be the new owner in January, and it's been a really exciting journey.
How do they get a hold of you? What's your website address, phone number, any place that you'd like them to reach out to you? I always like
Right.
getting that information early, so they write it down now. I don't want them to judge you and then not write it down later.
Right.
Okay.
It's www.overthemoonribbons with an S.com.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. So, Jill, this idea, where do you know anything about where the name Over the Moon Ribbon came from? Like, was it just something they liked the nursery rhyme? Was there something tied directly to ribbons?
Well, there was a mill that existed in Erie, Pennsylvania, I believe. So don't mark my words as far as the actual location. But there was a woman who worked at this ribbon mill, and the mill went out of business. And she was the one who came up with the name of Over the Moon Ribbons. And she bought all the ribbons that the mill still had left.
Okay.
And she went into business, and she used to sell them out of her suitcase at flea markets.
Wow. Oh, you know what I really love about the flea market bit is on some of my earlier shows, I've talked about my whole selling career started in the flea market. I was a little boy working with my mom who ran a table, and I just really enjoyed watching my mom be that salesperson, bringing old trinkets to life. Okay. And so there's always been this thing about ribbons, even that I can almost picture my mom taking an old trinket or something there at the flea market and dusting it off, cleaning it, making sure it's okay, and then adding a ribbon to it, tying a bow on it just to make it seem a little bit nicer. Okay. And this is this thing that I really want to discuss with you, Jill. And I want everyone out there to think about this is think about when was the last time you made a bow, tied a bow, bought a bow, whatever it was, whether it's on a present, in your hair, around your waist, anything like that. This is one of those things that we take for granted. But I want to drive home this point. We take it for granted because we see it and we think, oh, that's really nice. Uh, but it's the extra step. A ribbon, a bow represents the extra step. Like I was just talking a little crosstalk in the last show here, is it's one thing I can give someone a present and say, here, I was thinking about you. Here, I got you this one thing. It's the next step is to wrap it and somehow to say, I got you something, but I wanted to add an element of surprise to it. So you have to unwrap it to see what it is. You get the unveiling. But to really to dress it up, you add that ribbon to it and that bow, making it extra beautiful, right? And
Right.
and just add a little something to it that tells them, I care so much about you. I wanted to take that one extra step. Okay. Now tell me, like, what type of ribbons or bows do you think out of your business that you sell the most of? Like, what's the use for them? What would you say?
You'd be surprised.
I'm love being surprised.
It's the American Indians.
Really? So
Yes.
the Native Americans use the most ribbon for what? For
They make ribbon skirts out of them, and they have ceremonies with these skirts, and you must have a ribbon skirt. And the colors are like those of the rainbow.
oh,
And then
beautiful.
some of them even embroider like wolves on the sides of them with
Okay.
all of the ribbon going around
So
and
how thick is this ribbon that you're selling to them that they're making a skirt out of it?
they're
Like how
doing
wide?
they're doing 1.5 inch wide, and then they're also doing 7/8 inch wide, sometimes half-inch wide. And they go in gradiating colors and gradiating sizes sometimes.
That's beautiful. I didn't, did some research on ribbons, right, to see what type of cultures use ribbon and stuff like that. I did not run across anything with Native Americans, so I'm
Right.
kind of glad about that. What other type of cultures do you know of that really use ribbons to some extent? And
I don't
you're going to learn that I like throwing questions at my
right.
guests, and you're like, I wish you would have told me. I would have done some research.
Well, it's good to be put on the spot
Yeah.
sometimes because I thought about a little bit of this, but where if you're over in Europe, the French actually wrap a lot of their gifts, and the Japanese as well. Everything's wrapped, and instead of handing it to you over the counter, they actually walk around the counter to give it to you.
Oh, beautiful.
And it's kind of a ceremonious gesture
Okay.
that they're doing. And the other thing I remembered about ribbon is that we've decorated the swag bags at the Oscars as well.
Okay.
And
Cool.
so those are that little extra step instead of this
Yeah.
little handle that they all have these huge bows around them that
I think that is amazing. To go from you think about the Native American culture to
the
the Academy
Oscars.
Awards, the
Yeah.
Oscars. I think that is pretty cool. One of the things that around Christmas time, this is when I buy a bunch of gifts to give to family and that.
Right.
And a couple of years ago, I switched to instead of wrapping paper, I just use plain brown paper, and I actually tie it up with string. Okay, so that's
No more
exactly what.
string.
Right, right. Well, one of the things is, it's somebody sang that song, plain brown paper wrapped up in string. Okay.
That's true.
Yes, exactly. But the thing I like about this, and the thing I agree with you, there's something added, there's something precious about adding the ribbon, is that I encourage people the next time you're going to wrap a gift, don't use tape. Okay. In other words, wrap and fold the gift, hold it together, but hold it together with the ribbon. All right. And so what ends up happening is when they untie the ribbon, the gift unwraps, it unveils itself like the petals of a flower opening up. And I think that's what's so beautiful about it. I see people get this beautiful wrapping paper and there's scotch tape all over it, right? And it's just so ugly. And then it's ripped and it's torn and and I just love the look, the feel of untying a bow on the top of this, right? And watching the paper just unfold and there your gift is shown. And I think it's just a great thing that it shows we can take that extra step. If we want to give someone something, why not give them also the presentation? Show them, hey, I care enough to spend a little more time. Now, somebody's going to go there going, right, it's really difficult to hold that together and tie it. Get used to it. It's not that difficult. I do it plenty of times with string and brown paper. You can do it with beautiful paper and a ribbon. Okay, I want to get into this thing about first off, like I was saying, a ribbon speaks from the heart, right?
Right.
It's this idea of if I'm willing to take that next step to make the present that much more beautiful, it's just saying that I care. So I want us to think about this. Uh, Pick one task today, and add a small, unquestionable touch, a kind note, a tiny finish. Sorry, a warm greeting. Just do something a little extra. Okay. When if it's a child, hug the child and just give him just one more quick squeeze at the end. When you tell someone, hey, I love you or I appreciate you, let that stare, let that look go just a little bit further. I think just like thinking about a ribbon is that extra touch, we can add that extra touch in everything that we do. All right. Tell me something, Jill. Again, I'm going to throw you on the spot. What's another little extra touch that you enjoy doing, whether it's for customers, people you care about, whatever? Okay.
Yes. Well, we pride ourselves on our customer service, and I have to tell you, we have hunted for ribbon for people in many different areas. On top of that, I actually like to get to know each of my customers and what they're making. So there's a great creative community out there, and some people are very, very talented at what they do, whether they're seamstresses or printmakers or somebody who just wants the ribbon for their wedding and they have a great idea. I often get color ideas from some of the printing makers on what kinds of things to combine. And then I end up wrapping gifts for people that are simple. Like I gave my girlfriend a sponge, and it's a really simple gift, but I had a great green bow on top of it. And it just happened to be her favorite color. And I think she liked the bow better than she might have liked the sponge.
Well, I think that's it. I just like that. That's the perfect example of what I was talking about. He's taking something as simple as a sponge, but making it something extraordinary just by adding a ribbon to it.
Right.
Just adding that ribbon and that bow just elevates it beyond belief. All right. And a lot of people are already listening, going, all right, really? We're going to talk about ribbons for the entire hour? Yes, we are, because there's more to it than that. The next thing I want to talk about is this idea that, again, we've heard the term and we don't really think about it, is tying the knot. All right. When people get married, they say we're tying the knot. We're sitting there and think about that. When you take two pieces of loose ribbon and you tie it together to make that bow, that beautiful bow, and you've got the two loose ends hanging like that, it creates something. Those two loose pieces come together like a bride and groom and come together. They tie, they twist, they turn, they tighten, and all of a sudden you've got this gorgeous bow sitting there. All right. And I really think there's something to the idea of we should turn tying a knot into more of a deliberate addition to weddings. We should talk about that. That would be a beautiful thing right up there on the altar. As I used to do some uh, presentations. I was an officiant, and I used to do some stuff like this where we would do sand ceremonies and other things like this. I had one group that they wrote words to each other, and then we put them into a bowl and lit them on fire. They didn't read them out loud, but what it meant was this was a secret they shared amongst each other, and no one else could read them. So those kind of cool ceremonies. And I really think that some weddings should have. Here's my color, my favorite color ribbon. This is your favorite color ribbon, and part of the ceremony tie them together and make a beautiful bow.
That's a great
Yeah,
idea. I'm wondering if certain cultures might have that already.
it's very possible. I mean,
Yeah.
the whole term of tying the
Tying the
knot
knot.
has been around. Okay, so what I want us to think about this is when we talk about tying the knot, is that lasting happiness grows from that connection. And it's the connection that we choose to strengthen, and how much we strengthen, how tight we make that knot, so that it's almost impossible to come apart. All right. And
Right.
so when you think about that every time, and I want everyone to think about this every time you see a ribbon, every single time you see a piece of string, a rope, the laces on your shoe, think about that same thing. Every time you're tying a knot, you're making a commitment, and you're making that commitment stronger and stronger. This show, sure, we talk a lot about business and how we help our customers, but the show is also a lot about how we find genuine happiness and joy within our life. And I want us to be able to look at things like the laces on our shoes, the ribbon and the bow on top of a package, all those types of things, and see what does it symbolize inside you. Okay. Now, Jill, I'm going to ask you if you know anything about the history of tying a yellow ribbon around the tree. Okay. And I'm seeing you're not smiling, and anything. So
I'm
I'm
contemplating.
all right. I'm throwing the camera back at you.
Okay.
So what? I mean, obviously, we've all heard the song from the past, "Tie a
Right.
yellow ribbon around the old oak tree." But what do you know about the the reason for it?
I believe that it symbolized hope and it was for bringing troops back from
Yeah,
war.
I'm agreeing with you.
Okay,
Right.
good.
Yeah. I love the the song. It was a
Yes.
Tony Orlando.
We were just talking
That,
about that out in the lobby about Stevie Wonder and There's a Ribbon in the Sky. And then they
oh,
said there's not too many songs with ribbon in it. And I said, tie a yellow ribbon around the old
the
oak
tree.
tree is
Right.
another one.
Yeah, yeah. what I love about that song, and anyone out there, if you're too young and you haven't heard it, look up the song. Most of the people listening to the show are familiar with it. You haven't heard it in a long time. And it was one of the first songs that I can think about in my childhood that I actually sat down and listened to the words, right? It's such a beautiful
Right.
story, right? And then the guy was coming home and wondering, hoping, praying that he would see this yellow ribbon around the tree, right? And just hoping that somebody was caring for him and missing him and loving him. And as he turned the corner, do you remember the ending of the song?
100 yellow ribbons.
Right.
I just got goosebumps.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
I might right because that's the purpose of that song. It's so
Right.
beautiful, and I just remember the same thing is the first time I ever really listened to the words. It'd be as a kids dancing and singing to it, but when you listen to the words, the meaning behind it really means something. Okay, so what I want you to do is this, and I like trying to give some action steps to people, something
Right.
for them to take away. Uh, Think of this. Name one thing you're hoping for and take a single visible step towards it today. Okay. So, Jill, I'm going to give you a second. And while I keep reading this, I want you to think of something that within the near future you're hoping for. It could be something personal, could be something in the business, could be uh, a new ribbon design. I don't know what it is, but something you're hoping for. And I want you to think about what's the single step that you can do to make it happen. Just like this whole thing, I'm hoping that they come back from war, right? So I'm going to tie the simple thing is tying a yellow ribbon,
Right.
right? Okay. Now send that idea, make the send the application, make the appointment, tie your own yellow ribbon. That's the whole idea. As a reminder that hope deserves action. All right. So it's just a reminder to yourself. What is something you hope for? What is one small action you can take? And what is the reminder that you're going to give yourself? So you can see this is you might
Yeah.
either love it or hate being on the show.
Well, this is probably part of what small action I can take.
Yeah.
Because when I took over the business, my parents said, well, nobody really wraps presents anymore.
Oh,
And I remember the time when nobody really had hair care products, and look at them now.
right.
There's a million of them. We used to have 2.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
now we have, I don't know how many. So I said, if that can
Hundreds.
happen with hair
Yeah.
care, why can't it happen with ribbon?
Right. Right.
And so I'm like reviving the ribbon industry, one conversation at a time. And that's
Yes.
my hope,
Nice. Nice.
because it's happy and fun.
Yeah, I agree. So it's actually kind of funny. I was talking to my wife about the ribbons, right?
Right.
And she was like, "Oh, come on downstairs," and we go there, and she opened up and pulled out some boxes, and she's got bunches of ribbon, right? Just spools and spools of
Yes.
ribbon. And her thing was there was a long time ago that she used to use the ribbon and design them like little barrettes for her little girls.
My.
And put them in there. And so she almost started a business, or she started selling them to all these little girls in elementary school. And still to this day, there are just spools and spools of ribbon. But my wife is one of those types of people who like to add that extra touch. Okay. So
Nice.
that ribbon doesn't go and just disappear. It means something. It stays there. And so what there's a present, it's always like, we've got just the perfect wrapping paper and I've got just the perfect ribbon for it.
Right.
All right. So there are still people out there that appreciate the beauty of a tied ribbon, right?
Right.
And I have to believe that almost everyone will appreciate the extra touch you give by adding that ribbon to the package. Okay.
I agree.
Yeah. So let me ask you. So the one, like I'm going back to the question I asked you. So this idea, this thought of yours of saying, yes, I believe that we can bring this back and make ribbons really something popular again. What is the one small step you're doing to make sure that that happens?
Well, I'm on the radio today with you. So
Bam.
that's
Oh, you're
helpful.
good. There you go. There you go.
We could start that process. And then also with the Women's Club,
There you
I'm
go.
actually working with them on an event because they do so many great things and they're very, very serious. And I think that ribbon is the one thing that kind of, as I said, it's like happiness in life.
Yes.
And my mother told me a story before I came here, and she said that she used to sell ribbon at trade shows, and people would come in the booth and they'd love it, and then they would leave without buying anything.
Okay.
And she wondered why that was. And she said, well, it's because it's a happy place to be. So I go
Oh,
into
I
my
like that.
warehouse and I stand amongst my ribbons sometimes and just look at all the different colors. And start to think about what I might create with the
Right.
ribbon.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's very cool. You know what I'm gonna want you to do is sometime before you leave, I want you to tie a ribbon, a bow on one of these mics that are hanging
Okay.
around there. All right. So
I will do it.
that'll be that little step that will remind us about the importance of ribbons here. All right. So this next part is it's I'm gonna go back a little bit on how we talked a little bit about how ribbons speak to the heart, and that is this joy of anticipation. All right. One of the things growing up is I came from a big family, and my mom and dad really believed at Christmas time about this importance of giving. And so, even when we were little kids and we didn't have our own money, my mom would buy gifts for us to give to everyone in the family. So, at Christmas time, I remember being a kid, and there were 30 people in our living room, dining room. And that meant 30 people buying each person a gift. So it was 30 times 30, 900 gifts sitting there.
That's a lot.
It's enormous. I mean, we would go 6, 7 hours of just opening gifts. Okay. And the joy of learning how to wrap my own gifts. Okay. And then going into this bag of ribbons and bows,
Mhm.
because at that point in time, that's exactly what it was. It was how pretty can you make the packaging? Almost like the packaging, the wrapping paper and the bow and the ribbon were more beautiful than the present itself. Okay. And
Yes.
and the idea was that each, when you looked under the tree, and it was under the tree, next to the tree, around the tree, on top of the tree, presents, piles of presents. And then one brother would use one kind of wrapping paper, someone else would use a different color. So you would just see piles of different colors. And there was a competition who could wrap the prettiest.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's we could have that competition this Christmas as well.
There you go. Yeah. I just make it fun. Make suddenly something that we take for granted, make that the center stage.
Right.
Okay. I have to tell you this because we were talking a little bit in the green room where you said you listened to the last show and you heard about me, my brother, and my son walking around Chicago as Ninja Turtles,
Right. I
right?
love that.
Okay. So one of the other things is I have a fun family, really goofy. We love each other so much. We throughout our entire life just playing together, seeing who can be the most creative, who can be the silliest, etc. So for a bunch of years, we were having a family talent show. Okay. And it
Yes.
was just the family was invited, and it would be in the backyard of one of my brother's homes. And everyone, some of us would get up on stage and sing. There'd be dancing, magic tricks, jokes. Everyone had a talent, right? And it was
Right.
just fun to do these things and just be uh, safe and silly, you know.
Right.
And the reason I'm bringing this up is I'm one of the creative ones, and we have many creative people in my family. But one of the things I did was I made the trophies. So we had first, second, and third place. And how I would do it is I would go to Goodwill, all right, and
Mhm.
pick up candlesticks or something like that, and any type of knickknack that was there, anything that looked strange, and glue it to the top of the candlestick.
Oh my
And
gosh.
once it was done, spray paint everything gold so they looked gorgeous. And I remember the first time doing it, sitting there having three different sizes, first, second, and third, and looking at it and see, some this is like an old lady sitting there like I had a sewing machine stuck glued on top of a candlestick. It meant nothing. This was like a karate trophy, that type of thing. But you looking at them all spray painted gold, they looked nice, but they were missing something. So it was really cool to suddenly go, I'm going to add the colored ribbons to it to say here's first place, second place, and third place. So it wasn't just by height, by a glance you could say that was first place. You got the blue ribbon,
Right.
right? And here's second and third place. And it was just the ribbon is to me what really made it. And although we haven't had one of uh these talent shows in a while, you can still go to almost anyone in my family's homes and look around and you'll see one of these trophies over somewhere sitting there.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and they're gorgeous, and the ribbon's still tied, maybe a little dust on the ribbon, but they're still there.
We have
But
replacements for you.
okay, all right, good. I'll send them all out to everyone. All right, we're narrowing in on the end of the first half of the show, but I just wanted to get into this whole idea of think about this anticipation. All right, and I want us all, you know, we live in a world where whenever I want something, I could just buy it, right? I can call up Amazon and it's here. It used to be 2 days, then it's tomorrow, then it's like I don't need it tomorrow morning. No, I don't. I need it this evening. I need it. Look, they'll deliver it in 2 hours. I mean, pretty soon they'll deliver it before I order it, right? We just need
Right.
everything so quickly. when we're on the phone, right? We type something on the phone, we put in a post. Here's a picture of me. We shut it down. We shut or put the phone down, pick it up right away. Did anyone like it yet? Put it down. Did anyone like it again? We want everything so quickly, right?
Right.
And we have to get back to the idea of the joy that is tied to anticipation. All right. To let things sit. And it's so difficult every generation because they're drowning in quick responses.
Exactly.
Okay. And we then, even though we sat here and I lived in the day and age where you'd watch a cartoon that would continue and have to wait a week to see part two. All right. Now I'm gonna binge it all in one afternoon.
Right.
Right.
That's
So
a good point.
yeah. So this anticipation, I want us to do this. Create one small anticipation this week. Think about the idea of whatever you have tied with a ribbon, right? And you can't open it up. All right. Plan a Friday treat, a walk, a call with a friend, anything like that. But let yourself enjoy the countdown. Okay. I like the idea of create something, wrap it, put it there, put a bow on it, and just say, I'm not going to use this thing. I'm not going to have it. I'm not going to enjoy it till the end of the week. So if you next time you want to buy something for yourself on Amazon
Wrap
and it
it.
comes, yeah, wrap it. Don't even open the box. Go, I know what it's here. Oh, I can't wait. Nope. Tie it up, put a ribbon on it because you deserve it. Stick it in the corner and say, I will not open it until Friday. So this way I have the whole weekend to use it. It's Monday. It just came in, but nope. I'm going to build some anticipation for it. And the things that are worth waiting for are like the best. The things you're looking, going, oh, I really want that. I really want that, right?
Right.
And we've robbed ourselves of that. We've robbed our children of that because they don't know what it's like to wait for something. Think about it. Where I grew up, where going to a restaurant was a real treat.
Right.
Now you go to a restaurant, and like, what's taking our order so long? Okay.
True.
Yeah, yeah. So I want us all to work on this type of anticipation. All right. So the idea here, wrap some joy and anticipation, and that will make the happiness last longer because you're going to know that gift is over there. It's waiting for you. It's not going anywhere. You don't need it right now. You don't need to open and go, oh, look at this. I got it. Put it on the shelf. And then that's the end of it. Now I'm going to go back to Amazon and look for something else. Give yourself a little bit of time. Okay. So I'm going to throw it back to you, Jill. You can see, like you had said, man, Marty, I listened to your show. You talk a lot. I want you to say, what are share a story with me about something. I love the Native Americans using the ribbons, but share another story with me, something I might not have known about ribbons in general. A customer, like how a ribbon saved a day, anything like that. Just something. Could be a big story, a little story, whatever. All right. Back
Yes.
to you.
Okay. So last year, Ralph Lauren put out a spread for Christmas, and they used the infamous Black Watch plaid. And nobody could get this Black Watch plaid in stock because of Ralph Lauren's one Instagram post, and everybody had to have this Black Watch plaid. So talk about like anticipation. I think a lot of people have learned to get things right away, and often tell them I'm not Amazon. I don't have that many people. And I try my best to get everything to you, but the Ralph Lauren spread really was amazing on how much Black Watch plaid we sold. So what I'm
Interesting.
doing now is going to all the different designers and looking at what colors and what trends and things like that are coming up for the holidays, because we start holidays in August
Right.
to
I'm sure
prepare.
you would have to.
Right,
Right.
right,
Right. That's you know what? I'm really impressed with this idea that you did something with the Oscars, you did something with Ralph Lauren.
right.
So it's easy for you to do some name dropping. All right. All right.
I try not to do too many, but
That's all right. That's all right. Everyone, please stay tuned. When we get back, we're going to actually apply some bacon to ribbons right now because there's nothing like a ribbon of bacon. All right, to start your day out with. So we'll be back after just a couple of short announcements. Don't go away, and we have more to tie up. So Stay tuned. And we are back. We're back. Thank you so very much for staying tuned in to Bacon Bits with Master Happiness. I'm here with my new friend Jill from Over the Moon Ribbon. It is Over the Moon Ribbon, right?
With
Jill?
an S,
Yes,
ribbons.
ribbons. Over the Moon Ribbons. And we're talking to everything ribbons. And I know if you hear that, you're going to double check it and say ribbons. You're devoting an entire hour about ribbons. But I want you to understand how many different ribbons there are out there. And so I've got Jill. She's going to pull out a couple of different ribbons that it's difficult to see on the radio, but you squint your eyes, you'll be able to see them. You can see them on YouTube, and she's going to kind of describe what these are. And I'm going to kind of ask her, like, where would you use these? What are these for? And before we do this, I talked a little bit about the trophies I had made and tying ribbon around them. And I think it's really important when you think about today's day and age. I think we're spoiling kids by giving these participation trophies, right?
Right.
And I think there's a lot of people out there going, no, it's a great idea. They need the participation trophies. But no matter how you feel about it, is that maybe what you end up doing is you give the real trophies with a ribbon tied around it to the first, second, and third players. Everyone else gets a ribbon, a participation ribbon. A ribbon really still means something. It definitely speaks to the fact that you could say it's a participation ribbon. But what are the colors for first, second, and place in ribbons? Do you know? I know blue's first,
I
right?
think
Is it
red is second,
okay?
and probably white is third.
Could
maybe?
be. That sounds right. That
Okay.
sounds right. Yeah. Wow. Or yellow might be third. I don't know. White sounds
Or
right.
either one.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so I want us to think about this. And then the other thing, of course, ribbons, I don't want to forget about this, is the idea of everyone is either wearing a ribbon. I have a magnetic ribbon on the back of my vehicle. This whole idea of cancer awareness, helping people, just reminding people with a simple something like just a twisted ribbon like that of different colors. So there's a lot of meaning behind it. And this is why I think an hour is easy to talk about ribbons. So Jill, tell me a little bit about some of the ribbon you got here. You brought a bag of ribbon.
Right. One of my most interesting ribbons, I think, is this chartreuse green
Okay.
with feathers on it and blue dots.
Yeah.
And I think that people could use this for embellishing jeans, a denim jacket.
Yeah, you had just said that.
So, right.
Of
It's
adding
great for
that to jeans. So do they sew that onto the jeans, or do they cut the jeans open and fill this in, or what do you do?
You could do either,
Okay.
but I would sew this onto them.
Okay.
There's ladies who have they cut the neck off of a shirt,
Yeah.
collared shirt, cut the neck off.
Yeah.
And then they put a ribbon on and they make it like ruffled.
Right.
And they
Right.
put the ribbon on as a
Interesting.
This is
And you
standard
said this is just like washable. Is there anything
Washable, yeah.
is there anything special we have to do with this type of ribbon?
no,
Okay. That's
pretty
cool.
durable. It's the double face satin,
Okay.
which is good. And
You
can
say it
also
like
do-
you said like I know what you're talking
Like
about.
a pro,
Right? It's a double face set.
on both
Right.
sides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
you can
And
also use single face satin on the
Okay.
outfits because you don't need both sides to be shiny. It's only
Gotcha.
one side that you're going to be looking.
Beautiful. What other kind of ribbon? I want you to show at least one or
Okay.
two more. Yeah.
Well, I came like holiday prepared.
I
and
like it.
got the Star Spangled Banner, so the 4th of July. we have
Yeah.
that kind of ribbon as well.
You think about just any kind of holiday like that. That's
Right.
perfect for birthdays, weddings, anniversaries. There's like ribbon is just that extra perfect touch.
All right.
Yes.
Well, we have Pride ribbon. We have ribbon for autism, like putting
Okay.
puzzle pieces together. So those are all
Wow.
like great like events and things that people are doing.
Okay.
So it's a celebration. So
Yes.
it's a special touch and a celebration.
She's pulling on another one. Let's see what
Let's
she's
we
got.
here. Like bag of okay, so the fall, we got the ones ready for the fall of the burlap ribbon. And if you want to decorate with
Oh, that's
like
nice.
scarecrows and leaves, I don't know if you can see that well, but
Well, the people on the radio will never see it.
I
But
know
that's okay. But if that's all
there's
right, they can
linen.
watch my YouTube channel and
Right,
and,
and
and
they'll
do
see
this.
it that way.
Right. And again, I'm going to ask you really quick because you're just showing this. What's the website address?
www.overthemoonribbons.com.
Ribbons with an S. Gotcha.
R-I-B-B-O-N-S.
All right.
Wonderful.
Sounds good. And so I'm going to throw an idea by you guys as far as when you're talking about recognition. If I give you a ribbon, I'm recognizing you for something. I'm awarding you. I'm congratulating you. And I think that this is a new trend we should all look upon is grab a piece of ribbon, uh, go to her place on her website, order some ribbon, and just get into the habit of every once in a while just giving someone a ribbon, a way of saying thank you. It's more than just a nod. It's more than saying hi, how are you? But reward someone, acknowledge them. Imagine sitting at the office, right?
Right.
And once a week you walk over and you say, "Hey, I want to give you the blue ribbon this week. You were outstanding this week. You did something amazing." For a coworker to give a coworker a ribbon, acknowledgement like that, at first it kind of seems silly. Well, why are you giving me this? Thank you. But then all of a sudden it becomes a usual thing where everyone's like, what do I have to do? I want to get the ribbon. Look at this. Stan's got 3 ribbons on his desk. I only have 1. And I think this is one of those things that it's a way for us to recognize somebody, okay, in a very special way that they can see this. They'll stick it up on the board, on their wall or something like that, just to be proud of it. And it's just another step beyond just saying thank you. It's true recognition. It's telling them I took the extra step because you're worth it. Okay.
Yeah, that's
You
great.
liking that too?
I like that.
We're gonna write your whole marketing campaign on this show.
I have
Okay?
a happy birthday ribbon too, and I bought that specifically for the Chamber of Commerce because everybody has a birthday.
Yeah, definitely.
So I
So,
can make something out of that ribbon and then give it to people when it's their birthday.
beautiful, beautiful. So here was the other thing that I used to like. I did some event coordination. I just did this for a short period of time, and one of the things was when they were like, "What's the quickest way for us to decorate this room, like this studio?" And growing up, it would be, well, let's like tape some ribbon across here and string things
Right.
across.
Right.
But I always liked tying the thin ribbon to the bottom of a helium balloon,
Right.
and then you just fill the room with helium balloons. So you've got the
And ribbon hanging down.
and ribbon hanging down. So you're walking through a jungle of it.
Right.
And it's one thing, put the balloons up on the ceiling. They're like, oh, they're balloons. But the ribbon hanging down just adds to it and adds this just fun, silly sophistication.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
A tactile experience.
There you go. That's it exactly. All right. So let's get into this. I want to jump into this the bacon. Now,
Okay.
I don't know how often or how many episodes you've listened to of our show, and I want you to lie and say all of them. Okay.
I will listen to all of
All right. Well, thank you. Well, there's quite a few. You don't have to promise to listen to all of
them.
them.
Okay. Most.
All right. But listen to, go through the titles, find the ones that mean something to you. But every week, what we do is I add in the acronym BACON, B.A.C.O.N, because that's the name of the show, Bacon Bits with Master Happiness, because I truly believe everything bacon touches becomes a little bit better, just like everything a ribbon touches becomes just a little bit better, right?
I agree. Yes.
Yeah. So, like I'm saying, so I don't know how many people would appreciate a gift from me wrapped in a strip of bacon. Okay. They might not appreciate that, but so I'll stick with the ribbon. What I might want from you is like bacon colored ribbon. Yeah. I'm sure. Yeah, that would be
I'll look for
awesome.
it.
Definitely.
Okay.
So anyway, we can't, obviously give anyone real bacon, or I can't make any money pitching bacon. But this idea of our whole business, my business here is about bacon. So it's not about the bacon for chewing. Do you know the catch line? It's the bacon for doing. Very good.
Okay. Got
Okay.
it.
Not next time you'll know. Here,
Thank you.
we'll try it one more time. It's not about the bacon for chewing.
It's the bacon for doing.
Nice. Well done. See, I'll cut out the first part
Okay. Good.
in the audio, so it sounds good. Anyway, so the B.A.C.O.N today on the 5 lessons to live by here is B is bind your connections. All right. And so what we're talking about when you think of ribbon is this. It's one thing to make connections. It's one thing, like we met at a networking event, right? It's one thing that I could have said, oh, it was really nice to meet you. We exchanged cards and maybe never talk again, right? But it's important that I invited Jill to the show because I thought there was something special here, something worth talking about. And by coming on my show, we're binding this connection, just like the ribbon ties together. So B is bind those connections. Don't just get a name and a number and ignore it. Do something. Invite them out for coffee. Extend the conversation. Tie that connection together. A is anticipate the good. Okay. Every single person I meet, I look and I say, there's got to be something good, something wonderful, something incredible about this person. All right. Just like when I see a present wrapped in ribbon with a bow on there, I look and go, there's got to, if it's this pretty on the outside, I can't wait to see what's on the inside, right? And so when I meet people and I see the smile, etc., I'm like, wow, I can't wait to get to know this person even more. So A is anticipate the good. And I think it's really important to do that. So I'm going to take a step back. When was the last, other than this one, when was the last great connection you made? When I say bind the connection, Jill, when was the last great connection you made?
That's a really good question.
They're all good questions, Jill.
That's trying to think. Probably when I was walking my dog,
Oh, that's cool.
and I met the neighbors across the
Okay.
and it was really great to meet them. And I'm a bit of an extrovert, so that helps because some of the neighbors still haven't met these new neighbors yet. But
Right.
I baked a banana bread, and of course I took it over with a ribbon tied around it.
Yes,
And
of
they
course.
exclaimed, "How beautiful this is!" I said, "Well, thank you. I do happen to own a ribbon business. I'm not
Yes.
pitching the ribbon, but I thought I should make it look
Nice.
welcome to the neighborhood."
I love it. I love it. Yeah. So just that whole idea is that just shows that you are cut out for the ribbon business because some people would have just gone over to the neighbors and said, "Hi, welcome to the neighborhood. Nice to meet
Mhm.
you. What do you do?" Blah, 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 blah. But you took it that extra step and made them really feel warm and cozy. I mean,
Right.
the banana bread itself, and I have to give a shout out to my wife who makes incredible banana bread. And
Try
at
some.
Christmas time, she gives it to people and she does wrap it in ribbon.
Good.
So yeah, you two have to meet somewhere.
We do.
Okay. All right. So the other one, anticipate the good. All right. So this is what I talked about. So Jill, I'm going to throw it back to you. When was the last time you something that you can think about? Again, business, personal life, or whatever, that you were like, I am so excited. I can't wait for this to happen. Could be like a concert was coming up. Maybe it's you've been dying to go see the new Spider-Man movie, whatever it is. What's the thing that's building anticipation, the giddiness inside you?
Well, I was excited to come here tonight and excited to be around your energy again. So that's one. And then I have a trip to Alaska coming up.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
I'm really looking forward to that.
Wow. Alaska is gonna, it's a tough second compared to spending time with me, right?
Well, I don't know. I haven't been yet, so I'll let you know.
All right. All right. So in the bacon here, when we did the B and the A, the C is this: celebrate and cheer. All right. Just like ribbon, there is nothing you're going to put ribbon on anything. And everyone suddenly goes, this is fun. This is exciting. Right. So I want us to think about this is recognize others and let yourself be recognized. Celebration turns effort into energy. So just go out every once in a while and go, hey, you, how you doing today? All right. Just think about that. When we met at a networking event and
Right.
we immediately started talking.
Mhm.
All right. There are plenty of people who go to networking events and just sit there, or they spot the one person they know and they spend their entire time with that one person.
I've noticed that.
Yeah. And it's sad, right?
Right.
Isn't it terrible? Right? You have the opportunity to meet someone. Okay. So just go out there, celebrate, cheer, get excited, make people understand who you are.
Right.
Okay. But also then celebrate who they are.
Agreed.
Okay. So when you go to a networking event,
Mhm.
all right, I'll throw it back to you. When you go to a networking event, do you have a plan in your head? What do I hope to accomplish today? Or are you just winging it?
I'm probably winging it. And this is a little bit different because sometimes if I had something that I was selling that I think that I believe that maybe that was my market, I might behave a little bit differently, like if I were an
Okay.
attorney or a real estate agent. But I have something that just makes people happy. And
Yeah.
so it's kind of to me, it's a law of attraction where people will come to me as opposed to me coming to them. But everybody's totally fascinated about what I do. And
Right.
some can't even grasp the concept of you do what?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
Right. And it's like just ribbon. Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
Exactly.
ribbon.
Right. All right. So I like this idea because you still. And here's what I really love about what you said: is you walked into this chamber of commerce meeting, kind of feeling like I don't know if these are my clients or
Right.
if they are, they're going to be like a small clients. There's not somebody like that you can picture. They're going. They're going to buy tons of ribbons from me. But it's getting the message out there and even on the radio here is when people are listening to this going, somebody's going to mention, oh, wow, I wish we had blah, blah, blah ribbon. And people are going to go, well, go to the store, see what they have. Nah, I went there. They only have these. Now you've got somebody you can get ribbon for. Now you sell to anyone. Like, what's
Yes.
your minimum somebody could buy from you?
We
The
sell by the roll.
$100,000.
No, we
No.
sell by the roll. We don't sell
Okay.
by the yard. Although my mother's starting a business to sell by the yard.
Good for her. Good
Yeah,
for
she's
her.
like, I want to do that. So yeah, we don't discriminate who we sell to.
Right. So a roll does that vary in length?
It varies in like costs. Like we have like rolls that are $3, rolls that are $8,
Oh,
rolls
wow.
that are
Okay.
$30. The good thing about ribbon though is it doesn't spoil,
Right.
unlike bacon.
Exactly. Sorry. No,
So
my bacon doesn't spoil. It disappears very quickly.
So
Yeah.
yeah, you can buy a few and then keep it for a long time. Like the ribbon I use for decorating my Christmas tree, I have, and I'll repeat the ribbon if I do that same design. And an iron and a little bit of water goes along.
There you go. There, I like it. I like it. All right. So we did the celebrate and share.
Mhm.
O in bacon. All right. And so for those of you who are paying attention, B was bind your connections. A is anticipate the good. And that's in everyone around us. C is celebrate and share ourselves as well as celebrate other people. O is going to be offer one more touch. And this is what's so important about this idea. I was listening to an audiobook about, they said, the guy goes, I have a 95% rule. All right, it's 95.5% rule. And what he goes is that I follow the rules, the procedures, I watch the budget, everything 95% of the time. But then that last 5%, I do something astounding. I blow the budget. I do something crazy to make myself memorable, something that sticks out, something that when they walk away from me, they remark about me, right? Now you met me and you see that I'm always wearing this Hawaiian shirt. Yeah. And I've got tons. I got at least 12 of these, right? Some with just pigs on them, some with my logo, some with all
Right.
kinds of stuff. But it's because I want to be remembered when I walk into these events. I want people to go, oh, yeah, there's Marty from a distance, right?
Right.
I don't want to blend in. So I look at this, how I help businesses thrive is a lot of times it's by the book. Now I'll come up with creative ways to do that as well. And I coach these people. I help them with their sales, their social media, how they attract new customers. I do all of that. And a lot of them are proven techniques. And then we do something creative specific to the individual business. That's something special. But then I always go, what's one more thing we can push? One more thing that we can do different so that everyone goes, wow, that was amazing. Okay. And I
Mhm.
think there's always something like that that we can all do, that we can all learn from. And this is what we talk about, is offer that one more touch. It's just like when you're handing someone a gift. Everyone loves a gift. They appreciate it. They see this. When you wrap it, they're like, oh my God, that's amazing. Thank you. But when you tie a bow on it, oh my God, it's almost to the point of going, I don't want to unwrap it. It's too pretty. Right.
Right.
And people
They
don't
say that.
Yeah.
And they do. I don't want to untie the bow. I want to keep this.
Yeah. And
So
they,
I'll make you another one.
I love that. Or they take their time to kind of pull the ribbon off of it without untying it, without
Right.
breaking it. Now there's an old wives' tale that we used to, my mom told us, was at wedding showers, bridal showers,
Mhm.
that they would purposely tie everything up in ribbon, and they said if you break a ribbon, that means you're going to get pregnant. You
Oh
ever
my
hear that one?
goodness. No, but I know they make hats out of all the ribbons that were
Yeah.
on the packages,
that
and then
neat?
you have to sit there and take this picture
Yeah,
of
exactly.
yourself with this interesting hat.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So all kinds of cool traditions there.
Right.
So the idea of, think of a row, think of a ribbon. That's a row and a bow. Ribbon and a bow is a row. Think of a ribbon or a bow here as that one more touch. And I would encourage you, if you're the type of person who goes to networking events, goes on sales calls, etc., and you always say to yourself, "Oh man, I didn't really set a goal for myself, and I don't know if it was successful." Tie a little ribbon, get a bow, something like this, tie it and hang it on your doorknob. Hang it in your vehicle. So as you're leaving, you look at that and say, yes, take that one extra step. Do something that they don't expect. Do something extra. Do something that's memorable. All right. And use a bow or a ribbon as your reminder. Just that simple thing. Luckily for me, I just have to look in the rearview mirror because I'm so darn handsome. And I see the Hawaiian shirt. I'm always remembering. I'm always doing something extra. But I think it's important that we all learn how to do that. So, Jill, what's your big thing? What's your super special secret? The thing that when you walk out of there, everyone's like, I gotta connect with Jill.
Well, I think one of the things is that I have an interesting business.
100%. Yes.
And the people who give me those blank stares about you what and not really understanding it. I'll usually talk about the American Indians and the Native Americans and their use of ribbons and how they make these wonderful skirts. And then I'll show them some pictures because now I'm connecting with my customers and they're sending me pictures of what they do. And I'm
I love that.
helping publish that on my site because that's my giving back to them
Right.
is like, let me help you and put this on the site and other people will go to my site and see this and hopefully buy one of your skirts or one of your outfits or something that like one of your invitations or use you for invitations.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
have some incredibly talented customers that are quite amazing at what they do. And I'm blown away when they finally, like some of them, I just look up and I don't tell them I'm looking.
Nice.
And I'm
Okay.
like, your stuff is amazing. I need to promote that.
That's cool. That's cool. I
Yeah.
gotta, I just thought about that as you're doing this. I was thinking to myself, you should come up with something like the little twisted ribbon, the
Right.
memorial ribbon that you just have a bunch of them with you all the time. And when you go to networking events, just give everyone one
A
thing,
ribbon.
something like that. And another way to do this is on my keychain. You can see this little red ribbon.
Right.
All right, it's falling apart here. I'll hold it up to the. Oh, what's going on? There we go. I'll hold it. It's all fraying here. And it's a memory of my dad. My dad used to believe that the red ribbon would give him good luck or protect him. And so my dad used to safety pin a little piece of red onto himself every single day.
That's
Okay.
awesome.
And other than that, I don't know if he had any other superstitions. This one's really fraying, but it's okay.
We'll get you a new one.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Not too big. All right.
Okay.
But it's this whole idea of the symbolism of ribbons is enormous. And the more and more you think about it, the more and more you look around and going, yeah, this place here, this needs a ribbon.
Right.
This needs a bow. All right. So we did the B.A.C.O.N. And lastly here, N here is nurture, hope, and action. And this goes back to the whole idea of the tie a yellow ribbon around the old oak tree, is that find a piece of ribbon as a reminder of hope. Okay. We talked a little bit about people who have the ribbon on their the lapel of their jacket, the ribbon magnets, etc., to remind people of hope that there's something better coming up. It's a great reminder. And it's the same thing of whether it's in your business, your personal life, or whatever. If you need a reminder of hope, because sometimes life brings us down. I always talk about sitting at the bottom of a hole. That's sometimes what we need to do is sometimes there's nobody there to lower a ladder to get me out of there. But maybe, just maybe, there's somebody who can lower a piece of ribbon down there and pull me out of the hole that way. Okay. So look upon ribbon as a symbol of hope. Something that we can look on and say, you know what, I'm going to tie this into a knot. I'm going to untie it. I'm going to use it. I'm going to use this as something that it will inspire me to change my life for the better. Okay, take an action with that ribbon, and just hold on to it. Like I carry this one in my pocket. I have a ribbon magnet on the back of my car. I'm going to switch from brown string to brown ribbon on those Christmas gifts. Okay. What do you do? What's your favorite thing for you? What do you use ribbon for? Your favorite thing?
Well, I like to make shoelaces out of ribbon.
Oh, that is cool.
And I put them in my white sneakers. And as my mother was known as the ribbon lady,
Okay.
so I guess that makes me the ribbon child. So, and even tonight, she wanted me to take ribbon and lace it through my necklace. And I said, that's maybe a little overboard. Just because
Yeah.
I sell ribbon doesn't mean I have to
You have to
wear it
wear it
all the time.
Every single moment, right?
But yeah, I really like the shoelaces because they're fun and they're kind of like your shirts. Like
Yeah.
they're fun and memorable. So now I'll start wearing my sneakers with my ribbons to the
There you go.
chamber event.
There you go. I'm loving it. Wow, I lost you there on the camera there for a moment, but we're okay. We'll fix
Okay.
that. So let me ask you. I'm going to ask you one really quick question. We've only got like minutes left in the show. So I talked to you about that type of ribbon that you could put on, you could sew on clothing, and it's
Right.
washable,
Right.
right? And so the ribbon I've got hanging on my keychain, you could see it's fraying. Is there different ribbon that if I cut it in that, it's not going to fray as much? What's the deal?
There's two things you
Educate
can
me on
do.
the ribbon.
Okay, so you can burn the end of the ribbon,
Okay.
but you got to be really careful that you
Okay.
don't light the whole thing on
Sure.
fire.
Sure.
The other thing is there's a tool out there, and I have to remember who sells it, that will singe the end of the ribbon for you. It kind of heats it up, so it cuts it in like a chevron.
Oh,
so
okay.
that it's not going to fray. So
Sure.
when we get you your new ribbon, we'll make sure that we've done that to it
I
so that hopefully it
appreciate it.
won't fray.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Okay. And then that's just regular ribbon. The ribbon that you tie a package with is the same ribbon you would use as
Right.
shoelaces.
Right.
Okay. Very neat. Very neat. Okay. It's only because we're wrapping up, we'll see. First off, before anything else, again, tell people where they can reach you again.
They can reach me at www.overthemoonribbons.com.
And and that cool logo of it's
The cow jumped over the
right.
moon.
What
Right.
color is that cow?
I think he's purple. That's
I
a
think
really
so
good.
too. And
That's a really good question.
it's I saw it was purple and I wanted to double check that. The purple cow is Seth Godin is a famous marketer and
Mhm.
he has a book called The Purple Cow and it's all about that when we would see cows every single day, it's no big deal. But if you see a purple cow, it stands out. It's worth talking about. So I'll bet you that purple cow
That
tied
could
to it
be.
has got to be something like that. Wonder if Seth stole it from you guys or if somebody read his book. All right. So, Jill, I know I hogged the conversation like I usually do, but I want you to end it with what is something interesting that you feel like you learned today? What's a takeaway, or what's something that you wish the people listening to the show could take away from the show?
Well, the thing I really liked is about the weddings and to connect and tie. And I think that there's a new ritual that people can celebrate during their weddings that have to do with ribbon. And it's something very affordable that they can do when sometimes weddings are not affordable at all. So I'm happy to share that with people and help with connecting and unity and tying people together.
I love that so much. What I'm going to do is hold on one second. I'm doing something crazy over here. Stop. Never mind. I don't know what I'm doing. There we go. It's a good ending to the show. All right. Gives me something to take out and edit. Is I want to thank everyone for doing this, for tuning in, staying tuned in with us here. Is the big takeaway for me is that I took ribbon and bows for granted for too long. My wife loves ribbons and bows, and I always kind of looked and going, "Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that?" But I've always appreciated when she tied something up like that and just gave it that extra touch. And it's not just the ribbon. Use the ribbon as an example of all the things that are worth giving that extra touch. Giving someone a hug and just giving a tighter hug at the end. Don't just let go so easily. Telling someone you care about them, you appreciate them, and looking them in the eyes. All right. Shaking a hand and just giving it that extra little squeeze, not to hurt them, but just hold on to them. Make sure that they understand you're there. It's when you're checking out of the grocery store, making eye contact with the person and say, thank you very much. Okay. And anything like that, any little extra thing you can do is going to be meaningful to them and it's going to make you feel wonderful. So, everyone out there, become a piece of ribbon. All right. You like that one? That could be your new
Yes.
tagline. All right. All right. Thank you so very much for staying tuned in, and tune in every Monday at this same time, 7 o'clock at this station, or follow us on baconbitsradio.com. You can tune into all the old station or all the old shows and follow us anywhere you listen to podcasts. Again, thank you so very much. Hold on. We'll say goodbye in a minute.